Well, I remember being on the TANEY. I had a CO that liked to challenge me, and he knew I liked challenges. So that's what he did. He kept giving me stuff. He put me in charge of the number one boat. We had man overboard drill and that sort of stuff. And I was probably the littlest officer he had. And here I was on the sweep oar. You know, he could toss me in the water in 2 seconds if I wanted to sometimes, you know, if I pull him the wrong way. But anyway, he liked challenging me. Kind of sorry he was letting me go. I remember when I didn't have anybody, I didn't even have any cooks. He said, listen to your people. I can't got any cooks to listen to. I didn't have any. Fortunately, I had this steward. It was on the ship with the CO steward. So we had a cook, but then it was not in our galley. He just helped with the galley. It worked fine, but it was.
So the guys didn't have to eat crackers and milk for
no, they mostly they admitted they had all kinds of ground meat though. Every kind of meat almost came out ground because we couldn't cut the steaks. You know, we mostly had hamburger and so forth. We had a meat grinder. In those days, you got a side of beef. You didn't get a box of cut beef, you know, pieces and stuff. It just was different in those days, you know. And that's the way I remember it as being a difficult time. And then, of course, the thing that really tickled me was an interesting story was that after we got in the yard in the East Coast of Maryland, we got the East Coast people that were going to go on the ship. Of course, then here comes the chief, first, second, and third class cook. We got like a whole crew. Then they changed the job over to the other ensign, who could hardly find his way in and out of a room. But he had now had all the talent he needed to run the galley. So I liked the challenge. I admit to that. I did. And and I enjoyed the whole aspect of that trip. We were short on people. You've heard me say so many times, I'd rather be short of people than over people. Because the crew does so much better. There's too many people looking for the job that doesn't need anybody to work. And pretty soon nobody's doing anything. They're all looking for that job. You know, when in the other services, when they're preparing for the next war, they're all training. That's not as exciting as working a job, like a Coast Guard aviator or drug interdiction or whatever. We had a job that we were busy on, and usually shorter people. So we were busy.